Hello, Jermaine Andre here, and I want to talk a little bit about my book, The Bouncer's Bible. When I wrote The Bouncer's Bible, it came off the fact that, yes, I used to be a bouncer. I was in the venue security. I was a bodyguard. I've bounced at some of the worst nightclubs in East St. Louis. I've bounced at some of the worst nightclubs in St. Louis, Missouri, Illinois, Chicago. I've been all over. I've bodyguarded internationally, nationally, and I know a lot of what, venue security needs. And one of the main and most important things that I learned about venue security, that the reason that bouncers are considered some of the lowest skilled individuals and sometimes some of the most arrogant, sadly to say, and I was a bouncer before, and there was times when I was a jerk, is because they never received any proper training. So when I wrote the Bouncer's Bible, this book covers everything that a bouncer needs to know to help them understand their position, to understand their job, why they even exist, and what their intention is as a venue bouncer. As you can see here, I explain what venue security is. Prevention, intervention, neutralization. You can see here the understanding the way they dress, card and IDing. Prevention tips, codes and signals. Understanding venue lockdown, spotting potential problems. The fire escapes, robbery, internal theft. That's something that a lot of bouncers don't even think about now. Waitresses and bartenders stealing from the till. That's a bouncer's job to pay attention to that. Understanding proper use of force. That's really important because bouncers are not police officers, and most of them are not licensed security. So you have to understand what you can and cannot do to a free U.S. citizen. Dealing with customers, dealing with them, properly, physical force, understanding, strike zones, pressure appliance, what an imminent assault is, compliance signals, when to relieve that pressure that you're putting on somebody, controlled force techniques, restraining, and, knowing how to have something that you can properly use to restrain someone that's not going to cause serious injury to them or to yourself. So if you do have to restrain someone, you're not just saying, well, I grabbed him by the neck, I did this and that. You have something where you say, hey, this is a restraining technique that I use. Grab escapes, protective force techniques. Bouncers need to know how to protect themselves. They get into fights, people attack them and hurt them. And this is something venue security, you heard me refer to venue security as bouncers also because that's the name that they're known by. Grab escapes, there's even a little bit of grappling in here, understanding OC pepper spray. So when I wrote this book, here we go right here, even getting to the more intellectual, after control to protect the force. How are you supposed to behave? After you go in a situation where you had to restrain someone or you got into a fight because you had to defend yourself. You're not supposed to be cussing them out and acting like a street thug. It's still your job to maintain discipline and respect. Dealing with police officers. When a police officer enters the scene, what are you supposed to do? Where's their authority start? How are you supposed to respond to them to keep them on your side? Filing a report. In case a case comes back to court in 2 years and you get pulled into court over a situation like that, anybody can sue anybody, and your your venue can get sued over situations. So when I wrote this, it's a really good book. It's fun to read. A lot of detail in there. You see in the back here, we've even got some pictures that show you some important things about being sucker punched. About blocking punches and strikes. Ducking. We got a bunch of little nice stuff, keeping your knees from getting hurt, some grab escapes. So it's a really, really good book to go along with my venue security training, because this training not only protects the venue security, it protects the venue, it protects the customers, it protects the owner, it protects the managers, and nothing's better than having a team that understands why they exist, what their intention is, and that aids everybody to work together as a family to create a place that customers want to come to, that they enjoy and have fun at. So they think about spending money instead of about being a jerk, getting into a fight, or being worried that somebody else in there is going to start trouble and get into a fight. So the Bouncer's Bible is a must for every venue out there. If you're a venue owner, you can actually hit me and I can send you a free copy, if you want. If you're a venue security, invest in what you do. Don't just be out there, standing with your arms crossed, wait for somebody to screw up so you can jump on and pounce on their head. Be a professional. Understand your intention. And this right here, this training and the Bouncer's Bible will arm you with knowledge and weapons that'll keep you 10 steps ahead of any troublemaker. You will know what they're about to do, what they're thinking, before they even think about making a move. So I highly recommend my book, Bouncer's Bible. You can get it at JermaineAndre.com or at ImpactSecurityTraining.com.